Hey, true class, we're looking at a half angle formula for tangent. Okay, we're going to find the exact value of the tangent of negative 5 pi over 8. So one of the things we need to do, we're going to use the half angle formula, which is the half angle sine numerator divided by the half angle cosine numerator. So this is the one that we're going to use, okay? But we need to know the sign, we need to get the sign right. So technically all those half angle formulas have plus and minus stuff with cosine. And the plus minus is because you'd have to know what quadrant you're going to be in. Well, this is the actual angle. This is the angle that's half of something. So you can just evaluate it, just kind of think about it. This angle, negative 5 pi over 8. Well, this down here is negative pi over 2. Negative pi over 2 is the same as negative 4 pi over 8. So that if I rotated clockwise from the standard position, I would be there at negative 4 pi over 8. And then one more pi over 8 would get me a little bit further down into quadrant 3. All right, and in quadrant 3, that's a positive sloping line. So tangent is positive in quadrant 3. So I know I'm going to end up with the positive square root in this problem. Now we have to figure out, because when we do the half angle formula, and I have a 1 minus cosine theta, and I have a 1 plus cosine theta, we have to understand that this is not theta. This negative pi over 8, that's not theta. That is half of theta. So half of theta is negative 5 pi over 8. So solve for theta. Basically double both sides. Times 2 times 2. Half and that thing cancel. And we're left with negative 5 pi over 8 times 2. The 2 and the 8 will reduce to a negative 5 pi over, that should be a 4. So that's the angle that I'm going to be using here. Negative 5 pi over 4. So it's going to be positive. I'm doing 1 minus the cosine of negative 5 pi over 4. So there's the setup, but we have to remember cosine is an even function. So what that means is the negative doesn't matter for cosine. So I can get cosine of just positive 5 pi over 4. And now I'm just looking on the unit circle. So here's our unit circle. 5 pi over 4 is down here in quadrant 3. And cosine is negative square root of 2 over 2. Plug that into the formula, top and bottom. So this is 1 minus a negative, so that's 1 plus the square root of 2 over 2. I'm going to go ahead and write 2 plus the square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so this is just getting a common denominator. 1 is 2 over 2. And then minus and minus is plus square root of 2 over 2. And on the bottom, same thing. Now it's plus up a negative, that's minus. So 1 minus that would be 2 minus the square root of 2 all over 2. All right, once again, I'm dividing this and this. I'm dividing, so I would flip this and multiply. I have a 2 on top, the 2 minus the square root of 2 on the bottom. So that's going to cancel. So this ends up being the square root of 2 plus the square root of 2 divided by 2 minus the square root of 2, all underneath the radical. Right, this can be simplified. You can always simplify this. When we have that plus minus look at the top and bottom, I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of the bottom. We'll get a radical right here. So to get rid of that radical, I could multiply by 2 plus the square root of 2 on the top and bottom. Right? And on the top, that is 2 plus the square root of 2 squared. On the bottom, if you do the math, that's 2, that's going to be a 4. Outside is going to be 2 square root of 2. Inside is going to be negative 2 square root of 2. Those cancel. Then minus the square root of 2 squared is 2. So this is just 4, the first thing squared, minus 2, the second thing squared. 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, because we're taking the square root, we end up with the top, the square root of this square, they're going to cancel. That's going to leave me with 2 plus the square root of 2. All right, and on the bottom, I've got the 2 is under the radical, so that's the square root of 2. All right, and because we don't want to leave a radical in the denominator, we rationalize. So this is going to be 2 square root of 2 plus the 2 and the square root multiplied together, just going to be 2. On the bottom, that also is just a 2. And now cancellations. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 2 one time. And this just ends up being the square root of 2. So that is our simplified version of this tangent. All right, so simplifying all the way, it wants you to simplify, so you're going to have to make sure you go all the way down to there.